Hey guys, and welcome back to my new video. So in this video I'll be showing how I edit pictures, and my friend sent me her pictures, so I'm gonna do hers and also show you how I edit. And yeah, so basically you import your picture. So I recommend you when you take pictures on Snapchat Live, the size should be over 6K, so you have a really nice and crisp picture. So I'm using GIMP, the old version. I'm gonna link in the description down below, since I love the old one. I don't like the new one. As you might know, I don't like changes. So anyways, starting with the picture, I'm gonna go on enhance, sharpen, and I always go on 40 like this. Now again I'm gonna go close to the face and show you again the difference before and after. It's more crisp, more sharp, and looks much better. So what I already like is the gap here, but the sunlight can come in, and you already have here some brightness and here some darkness, so it's perfect. So I'm gonna use the Eclipse Tool and I try to incorporate that place up there, even though I like to center like my avatar like this, but for the sake of here the sunlight spot like here, so I'm gonna try to grab it like this. Maybe I'll take a bit more, so just have a little bit like that. Doesn't have to be the whole space. Okay, I think this should be enough. So my picture looks dark already, so I'm gonna copy and hide one, so for the before and after. What I do, this one I do later in the end, but I'm gonna curve it a bit, make the picture a bit brighter because it's really dark. Like that. I'm gonna color correct on the end after I finish editing, like this, like before and after. Nothing wild, to just make the picture a bit brighter. Of course, we start now with the layers. New layer. I like to zoom in real close. Okay, my mouse is tripping. Let's go up. And I always start with the eyes. And I always use my Eclipse tool because it's good for everything. So let's try to recreate the shape of the eye like this, and I'll go in with shadow, 50 brush here in the middle brush. Let's go in. I don't know, it creates depth in the eye, and it's not as, I don't know, I think it's really nice that way. Now we can use the erase tool and fix everything, like here the edges. I'm gonna overlay that later. I don't know, it's giving the eye more depth and more realism. And you have shadows and the other side too. To be honest, I like the brush really nice and big, easier to work with. Go in easy. Select none. Eraser 50. Can go in a bit, so I don't overlay it, I just keep it as it is. Okay, this eye is more, just gonna go and erase a bit and here a bit. Okay, yeah, the eye have definitely more, so I'm gonna add more on this side. Okay, then I'm gonna frame the eye and I add shadow there too. Okay, just here on the sides, and we're gonna overlay that. I love that she uses two different eye colors, it looks so good. Go in, select none, and then overlay it. You can put the opacity down right here next to the eye, and these eyes have a line inside, a line light, so I'm going to use that to orientate like that. Soft brush, airbrush again, new layer. So I'm going to use Eclipse Tool as always. I'm going to create a crease on top of the eye, So there's already one, but I'm gonna create a new one. So big old brush. Okay, that's maybe too much. And go in really decently, like that. Other eye. It's hard to always have the same shape. Eclipse Tool, but it's okay. Airbrush. Go in. So the end I use a bit more. Under the eye, I'm gonna create a little eye bag. I don't know, I like to add kind of realism with that. And of course I'm gonna follow the shading already on the skin. To do that, select none. Gonna overlay that. As you can see here, it's super decent. Okay, new layer. I like to draw eyeliner, I don't know why. Gonna kind of start here with the waterline and kind of extend it. I'm gonna use this lash as orientation. Maybe more out here this lash. And then I'm gonna connect it here to the middle. Just gonna follow it like this. And connect. I don't know. I love to draw eyeliner. Makes the eye look prettier. Okay, here again. This lash. I don't know if it was this size. Then connect. Like Eclipse Tool is for everything, I swear. Select not. Let's see if they are even by zooming out. Yeah, I think they are. This seems a bit more up. But it's okay. Her head is a bit tilted, so it's alright. Look how cute the eyes look now. Like, I love it. Can you layer? So I'm gonna go zoom in a bit. I also love to do the inside of the eye here. Kind of making this fox eye, whatever it's called, and just make a circle like this. And go in here. Okay, I'm gonna fix it later, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna start from here. So follow the eye. And then just okay, so okay, select none, 50, erase. And like this. Get thinner. You can put opacity down here so it looks smoky. Like that. So I'm gonna open a new layer and click on overlay straight away. For the nose, airbrush tool, a bit bigger. To shape the nose, we're gonna put the opacity down later on. Don't worry. So I'm gonna go in like that. Also make a line. Also here. So her skin is really pale. Okay, let's go with a bigger brush. Smudge tool. It says this smudge tool is already too soft. You go down, rate, and go 100, and you have a really good smudge tool. If that is not good enough, hard edge, and then it's gonna smudge it like butter. So let's go in. Also gonna use a smudge tool to move it around like this. Kind of go in the eye crease like here. Of course the path's gonna be down later. Okay, let's blur it. Pass it down because that's just too much. And use the erase tool. Of course it's a bit too much here on that side. Here a bit of erase tool. Smudge tool. Let me zoom out to see how it looks. Okay. We're gonna keep it like this. At 21, since her skin is really pale, I just want it decent, like this. Okay. New layer. Then click on white. Airbrush, hard brush, and go on a really low number, 7, more, 14 maybe. Just put a dot on the nose and overlay. You can put the opacity down like this. And we have here, you can use the smudge tool or the blur tool, up to you. If you want to use the blur tool, put opacity down, and here softer brush and just here like this. New layer. I want to add a bit of highlight under the eyebrows. Airbrush, big brush. Okay, like this. For some reason the brush disappears, but it's here. So you should really angle it, make it maybe like thin, like that. Select none, resize the brush, and eraser. Okay, let's go like this. Thinner. Overlay. So you have some crisp highlight. I'm gonna put a opacity down. It should not be like this hard. And I want to also kind of give her shade in the eyebrows. Gonna follow the same line, kind of, and just here on the end, and not like the front. So here we can do whatever. And then we're gonna fix here where the line is originally. Kind of cut line of the brows. It does not look good right now, but wait. Okay, gonna fade everything out nicely. So just gonna add it in. This. And select none. You can use the Smudge tool to push it forward. Like this. And click either way overlay. But I don't want them to be black, I want it to be brownish. I'm just gonna go like this, like that, on a 20, and use a eraser, small brush to here, follow the line, and then go like this, and then we click here, and you click shift, you can pull a line, as you can see here. I'm gonna use the eraser tool. So we erase. Use here the smudge tool. Use here the blur tool. Click here on the yellow button to reset it so it's not that harsh. And just go a bit like this. We have a cut. So, okay, new layer. Now I'm going down to lips. So usually when I edit, I start up here, going it down. Like, okay. The lips already look so gorgeous. Just gonna add them more shade. Eclipse Tool. Try to stretch it like this. Airbrush. More than 50. I don't know. I don't know why the Eclipse Tool keeps disappearing, but I know it's here. And let's go like this. Okay, select none. Erase tool. Okay, now lift it up a bit. This. Overlay. Put opacity down. Okay, blur tool. blur up the middle a bit. So I have natural shadow. Same the same layer, Eclipse Tool, and go in also in here. The same layer. Select non blur. Okay. And new layer. The top lip also give a shine. Like this. Of course, you're gonna erase here the excess. You can go down with opacity or overlay like this. I'm gonna overlay it so it looks better. Even more erasing on the top. You can also go here, this part of the lips, saturate it more. Then you can go and blur them more out. There's the Smudge Tool. Once you have it on the side, like that, you can put opacity down, erase the excess, just keep it minimal. Okay, here's smudge it more. Gonna use the blur tool, again high rate, and smudge it out a bit to the edges so it looks softer. I think I'm gonna go down with the opacity. I don't want it to be like too much. New layer, and I want to give her ears a blush too. So I'm gonna color pick this part and airbrush. Of course, new layer, and go in on the ears. You're gonna change opacity later, but for now let's go in. So you have some blushy ears. Smudge it a bit around, and we're gonna put opacity down so it's just decent blush on the ears. You can see here, like that. Erase all the excess. So I also downloaded some eyelashes I want to put on her. I really like hers, but I want to add more, so make sure you lock it in here. You resize. I'm gonna put all the stuff that I'm gonna use on her in the description. Okay, scale. Then go on color to alpha, remove white, and now I'm gonna move the lashes on top of hers like this. I'm gonna rotate them a bit so they fit better, like that. Look how cute this look. Okay, and I'm gonna duplicate them and flip them, and I put on the other eye, then this one, like that. I'm gonna merge them down together. These are the lashes. Looks super decent and cute. And I also downloaded this with skin pores, what I want to add on. I'm gonna put the opacity down, kind of resize it so it fits, so the size is almost perfect. So all these things I found on Pinterest, like this should be perfect. Okay, put opacity back on, color to alpha. And what we have are these gorgeous pores. Of course, we can use the Smudge Tool and smudge them around like this. Here, these edges only, and fit them more down to the eyebrows, the shine, like this. Otherwise, everywhere looks really good already. So, what I would recommend, put in your layer and like merge it down so you have more of it. And I don't know if we're gonna keep it as this. Let me see, overlay. Oh, the overlay, it's so decent. Look at that. I love this. It's more realism. So, you can put opacity down I'm gonna keep it as it is. Of course, it gives the skin pores, realism, and looks so cute. I did not use it on me yet, but it looks so pretty. I got this lip shine and pass it down so I can see. Okay, this looks perfect. Pass it back up. I'm gonna delete here the logo since I don't need it. Go with smaller brush. And color to alpha. Also decent, and also overlay. So we have here also some texture. Super pretty. So I also found this nose highlight, like when you look for something and then suddenly you get all these suggestions. And I'm gonna see how it's gonna look. If it's too much, I'm not gonna use it. So I'll put it right here. Bring back the opacity, color to alpha. And of course I'm gonna overlay. Let me open a new layer so I see it better. It's nice. I don't know if I should use it if it's too much. Oh, I think I will. Just gonna put opacity down like this. Now I'm gonna add some shadow up here where the hair is. Airbrush. It's up here. Big brush. Just gonna add it up here a bit. Select and I'm gonna use the erase tool to erase this part here. Overlay. Pass it down. And I'm gonna send the same layer. And I'm gonna kinda go around the face to add shadow. A little more. Like from here. Let's open a new layer. And Eclipse Tool, as you can see here, this wave of the hair. Look here. Gonna add shadow. Let's overlay that. Put opacity down. So it's here and there. Really decently. New layer. So I'm gonna use here the free select tool. And just go here really close to the edge of the hand. Where this line is. We're gonna add another one in to give it a more shading shadow. Okay, I'm gonna move the eraser, go back, here erase the bottom, here click on overlay, put opacity down, so we have just decent shading here on this part. So you can also work on the chest. As you can see, it already have a blush, so you're just gonna follow that shape and give a bit more texture, darkness. The other side also. Select a non-erase. Overlay. I'll pass it down like this. New layer, we can add some highlight in there also. Let's try to recreate the same shape again. Other side too. Select none, erase. Overlay, pass it down. Smudge Tool. Want it to be really decent to highlight. You can also use the Eclipse Tool and Airbrush. Also invert the Eclipse Tool. Zero out eye. I don't know where it's disappearing. I'm gonna use the size of the jaw. I'm gonna go down like this. Make it smaller. Not that much. And I don't know if you knew, but here you can put a pass it down when you use that. Like that, even more. Okay, put it back on for later. Select none, erase tool. Erase the edge. Of course, we're gonna lift it more up because it's not fitting perfectly. Like that. Also go to overlay. And I'm gonna start color correcting. So I'm gonna press Ctrl-L-M to merge everything together. And then I'm gonna duplicate this picture and start color correcting. So let's go color balance. And here you can balance everything out to look it really pretty. I'll start with shadows, so I never go more than 10. So go left and right to see what looks the best. We'll go here more on the left. So you play around with the slider. Gonna go more for green, not that much. Okay. And what's adding shadows is also changing it on the face. So midtones. Okay. That's too much. Always go back and forward so you know. Highlight. It's more for the face. Okay, I like it more tan. Okay, one more highlights. I'm gonna go. Oh no, 10's too much. Okay. Okay. So let's see the first comparison. Decent. Duplicate this one too. You don't have to, you can keep it all in one, but I like to compare. So then we have the brightness and contrast. That's what makes the most difference, I would say. You go brightness a bit back and contrast forward, like that. 7.7. Like, look at that. Look how pale the picture is originally, and look the vibrancy you get. Also duplicate. Then I'll go here on curves, and here I kind of perfect it, and I'll go with the here top, middle, bottom. Okay. So let's close them all up. Of course, the original is the after. Okay. So before color correcting, first one, second one, and third one. I think I need more light. It got really dark. Suddenly, okay, curves. Go to the middle. like here. Okay, let's see if it's better now. Okay, what I can also do is put a passive down here until I like it. Like here. That's it. Okay, merge them down. Before and after color correcting, you can go in multiple times until you're happy with the result. What you can also do is blur out here the parts of the picture, like here, this stone. Okay, blur to, let's go rate all the way to 100. Like here, so she's more in the focus. We can also darken some spots. So here, the sunlight is coming from here. Here we can add some shadow. Like here under the stone. If the sun falls here on top, so here should be darker. Put here a line. Also here in the back. I'm gonna overlay this, so here. Pass it more down so it's not that obvious. Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna erase it here, it's not necessary. Also, we can open a new layer and now add where the light falls, like here in the flowers, like here. Smudge that around, like this. The sunny part. Overlay. Like it's not that obvious, but it is. Okay, now I add my filters on top. So let me open them. And I have a whole folder called effects, like sunlight, stuff like that. So let me see. I'm gonna use for this one. This one should be perfect. Of course, it's coming from the top, even though it's small. Don't worry. Uncheck this and put it here. Drag it all the way down. Scale. And like this. I'm gonna click on screen. Now we're gonna right click, add a layer mask, click on black, full transparency, then we use a white color airbrush tool, and we add it back in, so where we want it. So I want the whole picture. I'm just gonna add here and there, like that. I don't want it on her body at all, so we go with black to erase it, like maybe on the edge of the hair a bit. Gonna add it, and as you can see here, a gap up on the top. I'm gonna cut it out later on. Screen, add layer mask. And this one already looks so much better, so I'm gonna add them back in, like here. Look how bad it looks. So you always see dust when you see here, like sun shining into a house, or I don't know, in the nature. When you look it up, you always see kind of this dust. That's what I'm trying to recreate. And so remove here where I don't need it, and I'm gonna open a new layer right here underneath those sun rays, and I'm gonna add a green color. Click overlay. Let's go in. It's kind of yellowy green. I think this green will look way better, more like spring. you can see here, I prefer this green one. Let's add it in. So like this, even on the flowers, and all the way up here. Like, I don't know, it looks so much better for me already. And of course, you can go down more with opacity, but I think like this, it's perfect. I can do 70. Can put a new layer. Also, click on overlay right away. You can go with the darker green shade and go in where the shadows are, like here, like here, here on the top, again here, and yeah, so wherever kind of these different plants are, can incorporate it like that, like more dimension, pass it down, like that. And with white, I go on the plants that lost their color, like this. Oh, smaller brush, so big, like this. Here, this plant, can delete this underneath. So just on it, big old brush. You can add like here on the top if you want it brighter, where the sun comes down. And a bit here. So let's see it like that. Okay, looks better, but I don't want this side again. No, just this one side. And it looks more brighter also. Like, look at that. Looks really nice. Like this whole side, maybe. Opacity a bit down. Oh yeah, it looks so much better. And with the white, I can also add it in the hair, like that. Also a bit on the hand. There's already a bit of it on it. Erase what's going over here in the grass, so we want it on the grass. So the hands, I think I'm gonna merge everything down. Scissor LM. Then we have the before and the after, just with the lights and also color correcting a bit. So yeah guys, this is my final result. Really decent picture. I did not want to go overboard, just showing basically the color correcting, the filters that you can add on, the effects. And yeah guys, so if you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and that's the next video. Bye! I'm a boss, I'm a bitch and I'm boss, I'm a